Hi class, for my final media show and tell, I decided to use a YouTube video on a channel called Reveal, which features investigative journalism in various forms, including podcasts and documentaries. The video I used was Reveal's video, Jason Blair, Plagiarism, and the New York Times. You may remember this video from when we did our work on ethics. The story basically is about a young reporter back in 2003 named Jason Blair, who was a young reporter for the New York Times, and who plagiarized a story about the Iraq War and a missing American military member from Texas who is missing. Blair plagiarized an article by Macarena Hernandez, a reporter for the San Antonio News Express, altered parts of the story and pretended that he had been to Texas and interviewed the mother of the missing soldier. The problem was that he made one key mistake. He used besides just plagiarizing, which he shouldn't have done, he also used way too much of what Miss Hernandez had written and passed it off as his own in the New York Times. The article was noticed by the editors at the San Antonio News Express, and they compared the articles and discovered the plagiarism. This relates to our course by emphasizing the importance of the ethics of media, which is that you are trusted to be a responsible source of information and putting something on record. While Jason Blair would not have been the first person to break that story of the missing soldier, he had an opportunity, by being asked to do the story, to put his own version of it out there and to bring it to somewhere outside of the Texas area. By failing to do so, he exercised poor ethics and was one of the first reporters to be really caught up in a major scandal long before what is now deemed fake news, where people report erroneous stories for their own personal gain or benefit and present it as true. Also, Jason Blair violated his responsibility to his readers and destroyed the credibility that a reporter needs to rely on when doing their job. This created obviously a big problem and led to Jason Blair having to resign from the New York Times and cost him his career in journalism. What I believe this tells us about media is that media, though they are a trusted source and do scrutinize and fact-check what they do print or post online, it does show that they are human and are capable of getting it wrong, and obviously this has since happened again with Brian Williams and other reporters being caught falsifying stories. I believe this will lead society to being more media literate and more willing to not take what media has to say at face value and doing their own research and questioning what they see, hear, or read. I think this is going to require ethics to be reestablished in the journalism and media world, and for them to media sources to really sell viewers on the idea that we are putting this out to the public, and you can, over time, be certain that you can rely on us for what is the truth. This will conclude this video. Thank you for joining me for this semester.